Bill Cosby gave $25,000 to find the guys that did it. Don King promised $100,000. Spike Lee put Tawana Brawley in Do the Right Thing as Tawana told the truth. All the same things are here in play. Celebrities caping up, this false narrative that Colin Kaepernick's being mistreated. It's a shakedown. And I look at people that are starting to fold, and there's conversations in my mind that are already going on among NFL ownership and Goodell. Somebody give him a job, and this will go away.
I mean, remember the Michael Sam draft? Mm-hmm. And there was a sense that the league pressured, was it Jeff Fisher?
Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm.
And people said, hey, is it a shakedown? The league has a history of people doing favors, owners doing favors. Michael Sam, the belief was, now this, I don't know if it's been verified, but it was, hey, just draft him.
I've heard it, by the way, and I think in every NFL circle, you've heard that was a league orchestrated thing. I can't say that it is or not, but we've all heard it.
Is it a shakedown, or will somebody give Kaepernick a job?
Shakedown.
Because 69 quarterbacks played last year, and we've already lost 3, and the games haven't started. I think he's going to end up on a team, and I think eventually Goodell may say to an owner, does he fit?
And it'll be a mistake, because they'll be getting shook down for eternity. Once you cave on this, you will be caving and bending over for these groups forever.
They're not going to cave on anything. If someone gives them a job, it's because they think he can come in and actually help. And at some point, it may get to that point to where you're like, okay, I need a quarterback to come in and play. I've always said it's got to be a team that's in contention, and they think that he can come in and help them. That's what I think it's going to be, because there's no reason to bring him in to be your third QB or something like that. So I think that's going to be the thing. But the reain I'm not worried, I'm not even, that's the wrong word. The reason there's no concern. No, the reason that there's no concern in my mind about a shakedown that you're talking about is because the league already has rules in place that basically say you can discriminate, okay? I can fire you because you're fat, skinny, old, tall, gray-haired, whatever. I can, whatever reason I want to say you can't play on my team, I can say it, and I can do it. That's the NFL. Okay, so no one has to hire him. You can't shake them down because they can always say he can't play.
Public pressure. You're putting a gun
they can always
to
use
a
that.
bunch of old white people's head and calling them racist, and they just want it to go away. Public pressure. Look, Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson perfected this. We've seen it in other industries. It's been going on for years, and it's going on here.
I look at this like his supporters do far more damage to Colin Kaepernick than they help. I mean, I look at like the Tim Tebow zealots.
Oh, they hurt him. There's no question at the end they hurt him. Yeah.
I mean, I've had those conversations with NFL personnel where he was on their team going, this is ludicrous. We have to have a press conference for a backup quarterback who's a punt protector. I mean, that's where we are right now because his fans actually hurt him. We don't want to deal with that stuff.
But with Cap, I think it's both ways. I mean, if you're depicting an owner as a slave owner, that right there, that hurts. Yeah. But if you are the Doug Baldwins of the league, if you are the Pete Carrolls in this league, if you're people that have prominent positions, you have GMs that are saying, you got football people saying that we don't think he's a distraction. We think that he can play in this league. I think that helps. Right. So I think it's a little of both. It just depends on the noise that you're making.
Right, how much noise you're making. And you know this as well as I do, and you've been in a bunch of locker rooms, and you've played for a long time. If your production is outweighed by the it doesn't even have to be real, the perceived headache that you're going to bring, then you don't get to play. And that's the NFL, and that's how the NFL has operated. It's not my rule. It's just the way the NFL operates.
And Eric, listen, I just think a lot of people don't have the ability to really say what they think. I think a lot of people are saying what they know will be popular over social media. I think, look, there's a New York Post article or New York Daily News article today from some guy telling NFL players, prominent NFL players, you should put on T-shirts in support of Cap in pregame warm-ups. Everybody needs to do something to show their support of Kaepernick. That's where we're headed with this thing. Again, and everybody think, oh, it's just going to go away, football's going to start. But the seeds are being planted. And everybody's reacting to, oh, I want to build my Twitter following or my Instagram following. And Kaepernick's the easiest way to do it. People will jump on your social media feed, retweet you, re-like you, all that stuff. If you just jump out there and say you love Kaepernick, and again, everybody thinks it's going away. It's going to be front and center in the NFL because these young people, they can't resist the social media bait.
I still contend they're not the biggest consumers, and they don't matter as much.
I'm talking when the athletes, when Odell Beckham Jr. and all the athletes are wearing Cap stuff in pregame stuff, making comments about Cap pouring after the game, we're going to be talking about it. Again, I'm not just talking about, I'm talking about what the consumers are pressuring the players
and you know what? And if that does happen, you're right. You would be talking about it, but it's not going to slow down the monster. Nobody beats the monster, man. And no,
That's what I think.
You don't beat the monster.
I think it's the #1 TV show on 5 networks, and Colin Kaepernick is not going to jar that.
Rome fell. We're falling. Great dynasties fall. Coming up, Odell Beckham.